And you guys are in the Western Conference 2 years in a row. They were the #1 team in the West 2 years in a row. How do you view them as a obstacle in the future? And they obviously play a very specialized style, it's unique to them own. How can you guys prepare between now and next year's playoffs to be better against that style?
That's so long from now. I don't know, but yeah, they're a great team. Well coached. Yeah, top to bottom, they're pretty good. So just tip my hat to those guys. Congrats and happy for them.
And what would you say, given, they have a bunch of switchable defenders and, throughout the series it seemed like, a lot of the ball pressure that they had it got to, some of you guys with the turnover, especially today. What can you just say about, some of the uniqueness that they have defensively and some of the problems that they can cause for you?
Yeah, they got a small lineup that they throw out there. I think with like Caruso at the 5, just a bunch of different lineups, man. Stuff that you really don't see. Kind of like the old Warriors would do. Go small, put Draymond at the 5. Yeah, and they super handsy. They pluck at the ball all night. They pressure the ball to get you out of your comfort zone, running plays and stuff. So they do a pretty good job, man.
And then also, it seems like they had inevitable runs kind of in this series. Like game 1, you guys, they went out big. You guys started to get a run. Same thing. They come back, respond. Yeah. Game 2, same thing. Yeah. Same thing today. What can you just say about, how frustrating kind of is that, being able to respond to each of the punches that,
it's not frustrating, man. It's a part of the game. It's just like I said, man, once again, they're a really good team. Everyone here knows it. It's no surprise to nobody that this team is pretty good. Yeah, so yeah, they was ready, man. They're very prepared. And like I said before, well coached, top to bottom.
And you won a gold medal, so you know what it's like to be a champ. You know what it's like to get to the championship game. NBA side, however, you came up short twice. Knowing what it's like to be on the winning side, how much does it hurt, and what does it feel like to come up short of the finals 2 years in a row?
It's exciting. I don't know why people would think it would hurt. I mean, it's exciting for me. I'm 23. I get to do it a whole bunch of times. I'm hurt more so for myself, for Mike. I came up short for Mike. Like I said, we tried last year. We couldn't get it. We tried again this year. We're gonna try again next year. But hurting is a terrible word to use. I'm good. Yeah.
And considering, like looking at Mike and his longevity, how hard it is to get there, does that put this in perspective at all too?
Yeah, I'm gonna work my butt off this summer. Nobody's gonna work harder than me this summer. I tell you that much. So, yeah, I'll try to make it happen again for Mike.
And Finchie was saying that he had a conversation with you earlier in the season when things were going a little rough and just said, hey, what does a successful season look like for you? And you said, let's just get to the playoffs, win around, and see what happens. Mm-hmm. Given that you exceeded that, how do you view what you guys were able to do, ultimately?
Oh, yeah, we thought it was going downhill. We thought it was over for us. I mean, at one point, we was looking real bad. It was bad for us. Then we got hurt. But like Mike said, we turned it around.
Anthony Edwards shows sportsmanship after loss, calls OKC pretty good, and says he's not hurt. After the Minnesota Timberwolves were eliminated in the Western Conference semifinals, all eyes were on their star player Anthony Edwards and his post-game reaction, pure class. Speaking to the media, Edwards said, OKC is a pretty good team. They played great and deserved the win. When asked about any possible injury, he didn't make excuses. I'm perfectly fine. I'm not hurt at all. At a time when many players blame injuries or referees after a tough loss, Edwards stood tall, acknowledged his team's defeat, and praised the opposition. That's the true spirit of a champion. Even though Edwards delivered a strong individual performance in the game, OKC's team defense was on point, and they ultimately sealed the victory. Still, Edwards' confidence and humility became a shining example for fans everywhere. His honest and respectful response is now going viral on social media. One fan commented, Anthony Edwards isn't just a player, he's a leader. Wins and losses are part of the NBA, but the ones who play with heart and a positive mindset always win over the crowd. And this time, Anthony Edwards proved just that. Are you inspired by Anthony Edwards' attitude too? Tell us in the comments. Stay tuned for more such viral stories.